Gun-toting, Bible-reading, God-believing, truth-speaking American. This MAGA season, Democrats committing treason. I know they think it's sweet, but you don't know who you dealing with. This for free, thinkers only. You ain't got no membership. They free. General Flynn, out the cage, cause he innocent. Barton Roger Stone, cause the run know that he innocent. We need to kick out every single illegal immigrant. Mandatory voter ID laws we need to implement. Tell Jussie Smollett that I know this MAGA country. Tell China we know they trying to play us like some dummies. I looked deep into it and I did the math. Why did Obama send money to that Wuhan lab? What is George Soros doing with all of his cash? Why did China take that Harvard guy and drop him a bag? Why is there so much propaganda? Funny you ask. How about that Bill Gates vaccine? Now, sorry I'll pass, cause I'm a gun-toting patriot. God-fearing patriot. Pricing why they mad, cause I'm really Navy faking it. Free speech advocate, it's on my mind, I'm saying it. I'm about to buy another gun and ain't nobody taking it. Gun-toting patriot, God-fearing patriot. Pricing why they mad, cause I'm really Navy faking it. Free speech advocate, it's on my mind, I'm saying it. I'm about to buy another gun and ain't nobody taking it.
Good morrow. I am Martha Washington, wife, mother, patriot, and witness to the birth of a nation. I did not carry a musket or sign a declaration, but make no mistake, I served the cause of liberty. While my husband led armies, I walked among them. I left the comfort of Mount Vernon to travel to winter encampments, to sew garments, tend the wounded, lift spirits, and remind our soldiers what they fought for. It's not just soldiers who fight in wars. I was in the snow at Valley Forge, saw boots without soles, men without rations, but never without courage. And in that bitter winter, I did what I could to warm the fire of freedom, with words, with work, with presence. Some called me Lady Washington. Others simply called me strong. But I tell you this, the revolution was not just fought on battlefields. It was endured in kitchens, cabins, and quiet prayers. I buried children. I endured war. I kept the home fires burning, not knowing if I'd ever see George again. I did not choose war, but I chose to stand in it. When we finally saw peace, I longed only for quiet. But liberty, once born, is never truly quiet again. So hear me, dear one. Freedom is not the burden of soldiers alone. It belongs to all of us. My duty is done. Yours is not. Carry it well. And if ever you wonder what one soul can do in great times, remember mine.
Hello, everybody. How's it going, Jimmy?
Good evening, Ruby. How you doing, sweetheart?
I'm okay, but I'm gonna let everybody know I'm gonna keep my camera off tonight. Jimmy's the only one who is privileged enough to see me at my lowest because I feel like crap. I might sound like crap, but I'm so exhausted. I refused to cancel the show, so I say, you know what? I'll just go on and just use my voice.
Well, I got to see you in a natural habitat.
Oh my God, Jimmy. Oh my God. I can't, because this work from home job, I'm sitting on the computer 8 hours a day. And I was like, I cannot sit for another hour or two. Nope, I'm not doing it. So I took my laptop. I said, I'm just going to go to bed and the show must go on.
Well, I hope you get to feeling better, get some energy. So we got your announcement there that you're not going to be on camera tonight. I got my announcement for the upcoming weeks that we have. I will be missing the next week's show, the week after that, and possibly the Thanksgiving week show. Depends on, how tired I am when we get back from Florida. But I may pop in next week. I may pop in while we're on vacation. Just depends on what we're doing. A lot of times we're finished at the beach by 6 o'clock. Then we go out to eat. And then a lot of times Chris will go to bed and I'm up. So I may just pop in. So I won't be at the start of them. I won't be preparing anything for those weeks. So I may pop in and make a cameo.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to start planning on what to do, guys. So if anybody wants to volunteer to take Jimmy's place, it's open for the next 2 weeks. Let me know. Shoot me a DM on Discord or email or DM on Twitter, something. And you can fill in the spot and we'll pick a topic or something and we'll just have fun because you already know us. We don't really plan that much. We wing it most of the time and we just hang out. That's basically what this is.
Yeah, it's gotten to a point to where we have shared so much information on the show that the last thing I want to do is just reiterate stuff, going back over topics we've already discussed. Now, for those that, want us to go back and, they need more clarification on something, I wouldn't have a problem doing that. Like if someone said, hey, Jimmy, can you explain color revolution again? Hey, Jimmy, can you explain, the nuances of information warfare? For knowledge purposes, I wouldn't mind doing that. But we're also in a position to where there's just so much going on that it's hard to keep up. It's very difficult to keep up. And there's a lot of disinformation out there and slinging from both sides. Some of it's by design. Some of it's, just to muddy the waters. It's very difficult right now. So I've been sitting back and just listening to things and trying to keep up with stuff. But with my new position at work, I've got a few more responsibilities. So it's taking away a little bit of my time of research. But I still watch X22. I still listen to stuff. So I'm trying to stay in the loop.
Right. Unless something big happens, like we keep track with the normal stuff, but unless something big happens, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, like the government shutdown, what Trump is planning on doing, or like tonight is November 4th. So there was an election going on tonight. Like for mayors and things like local elections basically were happening all over the place. I totally forgot about that. I didn't even participate this year because I just recently moved, like you guys already know, and I didn't change my address. So I don't even know where to vote or who to vote for. Like I totally missed out on this election. So I'm going to have to get my act together and practice what I preach because I did not do any research at all. And this is a whole new area. You know what I'm saying? Like who's running? I don't know them. Like I was so informative in Hillsborough County and now I'm in a whole different county. It's a whole different district. Everything's different sheriff, different color police cars. Like I still feel weird. So I have to get used to my area too.
Yeah, I want to address something real quick in the chat. JG said, I wish I was smart enough to be on the panel, but I feel that I'm just waking up to politics. JG, if you want to come on. You don't have to be quote smart enough, No,
not at all.
No, so you can come on and ask questions. I would love to do a show where people just come on one by one and just ask questions, and it just spurs the conversation. I see Bo is in the chat, so Bo, come on stage. And who we got? Jeremy Flora. Hey, Jeremy. Good to see you, brother. I actually met him a few years ago. And so if it's the same one, hey, Jimmy, sorry I haven't reached out in a bit. Yep. What? You had a stroke in August?
Wow.
Oh, damn,
Sorry to
dude.
hear that.
I am so sorry to hear that, man. Yeah, I missed you. I haven't seen, well, I've been on Facebook, so I've missed, that's usually where I would communicate with him. But now that I'm still not on there, I've lost touch with all my friends, and that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that really does.
It does suck because, I put a post out on X the other day. I was like, I really do miss being on Facebook because that was my battlefield.
Yeah.
that was my battlefield.
Yeah.
And so I do miss my folks there. I did try to log in with a different email, and they made me do a selfie, a little video selfie where I had to turn my head like this. I had to look up.
Oh,
I had
that's
to look,
horrible.
and I'm like, oh my! And then when I clicked, done, it said, "Thank you for your appeal. It'll take us an hour." I'm like, I didn't appeal. I was trying to log into a new thing.
They already know you, Jimmy. They know your face and everything.
Yeah, so they're probably going to deny me again. And they changed my disabled thing, my message that I get. Now it says, your account was disabled on November 2nd. I'm like, Jesus. They keep changing the date.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so Bo just joined us. Hey, Bo.
Oh, so he's not going to be on camera either.
Well, that's okay. He's a guest. I'm the only one that...
Well, I would be on camera, but the problem is when I use the camera, remember the first time I tried joining you guys and all that interference was coming in?
Yeah.
I mean, I can go out and try to get it to work. If you guys
ain't got to worry about that, man. I'll just give you crap. We all know what you look like.
Yeah. Well, I figured, you got my little photo there, and I changed it up a little bit so it doesn't have that weird symbol in there.
Gotcha.
I don't know why it was doing that, but that was the OBS Studio was doing it automatically, and I don't know how to remove it.
Huh? Interesting. All right.
Okay. So really quickly. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I was going to say, you're going to acknowledge the chat real quick.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just about to do.
Okay.
It's like we are in sync. Okay. So I'm gonna say hello to everybody really quickly. We got John Marciano, like always. Debbie Moore is early. Hi, Debbie. Dehydrated Nurse was here early. Dallas, Joseph, JG. Yeah, we say hi to him. Beverly, Jay. Okay. Hold on, I'm scrolling. And Jeremy Flora, welcome to the chat. And let's see who else. Oh, Jesse's in the chat. Hi, Jesse. Oh yeah, and I was gonna say to JG about being smart about politics. Nobody is quote unquote smart about anything, really, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can study as many textbooks or study anything you want, and you're still gonna be asking questions. And you know what? That's the whole point why I started this show, was because I felt too dumb about asking something, or like I wasn't educated enough. And this is the only way to do it. It's by talking to other people. It's by asking questions. So you don't have to worry about that. Like, no way. This is the place to be. Justin. Hi, Justin. Okay. We reached the end of the chat. Welcome, everybody. Okay, now we can begin.
All right. What you got?
So you're first, Jimmy. The news is always first.
Oh, y'all want to go straight to the news?
Yeah. And I'm going to play your little clip.
Roll the clip. Get ready, Bo.
Yeah, get ready, everybody.
I'm excited.
Welcome, everyone, to the news segment brought to you by the UPC, where the political pulse never seems to rest. Our trusted anchor is ready to break down the latest developments shaping the nation. Reporting live from North Carolina, welcome Jimmy Bell.
I love that.
Woo! Jimmy!
It's so professional. That's the best part about it.
That shit makes me laugh every time.
I know, me too. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so I want to address a comment that I received on one of my YouTube things this week. Said that, oh, Jimmy, you guys aren't going deep enough. And it's, I know you're not going to talk about religion, but you're going to talk about politics. It's the same thing. Okay, I understand what he's saying there. But the person was saying, you need to go deeper into the occult stuff and everything like that. All you're doing is headlines. Well, you know what? We need to know what the hell's going on in this world. We need to know the headlines. We need to know the stories, because when you go through the headlines, you start creating a picture of what's going on in this world right now.
Mhm.
Does it go deeper? Absolutely. Does it touch on occultism in some areas? Absolutely. But for that person, you may be smart enough to think you're smarter than everybody else right now, but there's a lot of people that are just waking up to this information, and they need something to help them make sense of what's happening in the world. You can go off and spout your occult this and biblical this and biblical, and you're going to lose people. So we try to keep it to where people can digest the information that we're sharing. That's just my little rant right now, and I'll get on with the news. So,
Did they
all
miss
right.
the last 4 episodes? Yeah,
Do
that's what
what?
I would say. And then they missed the last 4 episodes. Like, how much more in the occult could they possibly want? Human
I know, right?
trafficking, like.
Yeah. This person's been a troll of mine since 2020.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. I was like, I mean, I've seen not every episode, but I've seen enough to know for a fact that you guys have brought this up. That's how I met you, Jimmy. I'm like,
Yeah.
come on, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I just, and I actually told this person, I said, hey, instead of hiding behind a keyboard, if you want to come on the show and debate me, come on. And he said, well, I'll burn you in a debate. I said, well, maybe you will, maybe you won't. We won't know until you show your face. So anyway.
But I agree with you, Jimmy. Is if that is of interest, then definitely find a channel that talks about that kind of stuff. Because what we kind of do here is just political stuff. Sometimes that does intertwine with a religious aspect of some sort, but we don't dive into that. And we've made that agreement since day one that this was only going to be purely politics.
And we always said that, religion and politics, those are two very divisive things. Those are the main tools that the controllers of the world use to divide all of us. And so, being from our past, some of us can't talk about our past and mention the people that we used to deal with, Bo. And then some of us are just so tired of it. We've been dealing with it for so long. It's like, what else can we say? But the political stuff, if you just brush it off to being like, oh, well, that doesn't matter, it's all a stage, but then you're missing out on what's really going on in this world. So,
anyway. You're right. All right, Jimmy, go ahead.
All right. So I cut this down because I could have gone with Tuesday, Wednesday, and the rest of the week last week, but I just started with Thursday. So we'll go from there. And if I mention something, Bo, just go ahead and step in, if you can comment about it. So let's go with Thursday, October 30th. Trump hosts White House Halloween bash. And notice that he did not sniff any of the kids.
Oh my.
I threw that last part in myself.
That's good.
He didn't sniff anyone. Trump calls on Senate Republicans to get rid of the filibuster. Now, do y'all know all about that, how that works?
I was just about to ask you if you can give us, in a nutshell, what that is.
All right, so let me do it the best way I can. All right, so first off, the filibuster is not even in the Constitution. Okay? It's not even in the Constitution. So what they did was they tried to make a rule, and I don't know exactly when they did it. I think it might have been the 70s or 80s, or maybe you can look it up real quick. When did the filibuster come into play? But
it started by Republican or Democrats started it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I thought the Democrats started it because Harry Reid used what they called the nuclear option on the passage of the Affordable Care Act.
I believe it was Obama's administration was the first to do it, if I remember correct.
Really?
but take another grain of salt. I just watched something on it, and I thought that's what they had said. I just know that Democrats started it.
Yeah.
So I did Google it really quickly, and it says the very first time that happened was on September 22nd, 1789. The filibuster was used when Senator William Maclay noted its use in the Senate's first session. This tactic allows a senator to delay or block a vote by preventing debate from ending, which can lead to prolonged discussions on legislation.
Okay, so that happened in 1789, right?
1789, yep.
Constitution didn't come into play until 1791, correct?
Okay, let me look that up.
This is important. It's important that that's the case. I think it was 1791.
Constitution date 1787.
Damn, I was off. Okay, my bad. All right, I stand corrected. Okay. So,
And that was in 89. So that was soon after, very soon after.
okay. All right. So, but I think I don't think they used it very often during, the 1800s or whatever. But anyway, So basically what it is even though the Republicans have the majority of 53 votes in the Senate, these types of votes that are up right now, they need 60 votes to pass. And the nuclear option, that's what Harry Reid used with the Affordable Care Act, to where they ended the filibuster and passed it with a majority vote.
Right.
And so now they're using this weapon as a shield for what they're doing with the government shutdown. This is why Trump is saying, go ahead and end it. Now, you got other people saying, well, if Trump ends the filibuster, and then the Democrats can use it when they're in power.
Right.
Okay, well, that may be the case, but what have the Democrats been doing when they do have power? They've been pushing their shit down our throat the whole daggone time, with or without a filibuster. So so I wouldn't have a problem getting rid of it and using the nuclear option on this government shutdown thing right now. But we'll see how this plays out, because it could be a play that Trump is doing to maybe try to trap the Democrats again. What's your thoughts on it, Bo?
Well, so when I was seeing a little bit on it, because I wasn't super familiar with what it actually represented, but I just know that it was very, very fewly, almost never used, only like 100 times up until 1970 to 2006, and then in 2023 and 2024, it's got up to 266 times.
Oh, wow.
So I think that they're using it a lot to show people that it's there, and that I think that Trump is going to want to get rid of it, and he wants to show people so it can't be used as loopholes anymore.
Correct.
And I think he's abusing it personally to the extreme, showing the populace that this loophole is here, and they're going to use this to keep the government shut down to try to win favor with people, and we need to stop this because we can't have a government that doesn't run.
Right. And you're absolutely right. The Democrats want this shut down.
Yeah.
They want it shut down so they can try to pit people against each other. We know that's another thing that they use, is their division tactics. And that's what's going on right now within MAGA. You see a lot of people that came out and were supporting MAGA in the beginning, and now they're, turning sour. Well, were those people actually on the MAGA team and to begin with? Are they now being activated to push division? Bo, did you want to say something?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. You'll probably talk about later, but I was really interested in your opinion about talking about that. The Tucker Carlson thing is really. I'm assuming you're going to be talking about it later, but
I don't know. It might be in here, but I don't know. Go ahead. Just let's go with it. What you got?
well, it's just I have noticed this weird thing since Tucker Carlson did that interview with that. I forgot that kid's name.
Nick
But-
Fuentes.
Yes. And
Oh.
now everyone is losing their mind. Oh, he's a Semite. He hates Jews. Da da da. And I'm like, this has gotten so we talk about the left and how they behave with the cancel culture, and now the right is adopting cancel culture and becoming exactly the same thing that they've been fighting against. And the hypocrisy on these people is like, honestly, I feel like it's a move to fracture MAGA.
Right.
Because you have, okay, you're either 100% Israel can do anything they want and they're the greatest thing on earth, or they're the worst thing ever and we need to cut all ties with them. And
Right.
it's like that medium area is being like disappearing, and it seems really artificial and fake to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, Bo, I was meaning to ask you if you can write that down for homework, because I do want your opinion on Nick Fuentes. He was a figure back in the day that I started watching before I kind of knew about anything. And that's when I started waking up in 2020, and I started realizing what America First was, and that's where it comes from. It comes from Nick Fuentes, and his show is called America First.
I'll tell you right now, I don't trust him at all. Just
Yeah.
because he's made
Really?
comments about how he thinks the best woman is a 16-year-old girl. And he's made multiple comments and talked about how he wants to have a 16-year-old like wife. That way, when he's 60, she's 30, and all this weird stuff. And to me, those kind of like weird comments about being with young women like that, it just rubs me the wrong way. And I know that I I think that when we look at his history, like I get his parents and stuff are like
Yeah.
associated with some of the military. I think Raytheon or something, if I remember right. And so he's got ties to like big time military complexes, like with family and stuff.
Okay.
And that's what, and then because and the reason is I don't know this guy, and I have a friend of a friend who was telling me whose friend is really into him and thinks he's like really, really the greatest thing on earth. And so my
Yep.
buddy's been researching him and telling me about him. And then I started watching his stuff, and then now he's blown up. And then the Tucker Carlson thing and that happened, and I went, yeah, there's something really weird. Like I think that they're trying to turn him into the next Charlie.
Yeah, but that's what holds him back is all of those stupid stuff that he used to say, because he was
But
really
yeah,
blackballed for a decade almost. And I've been trying to focus on on his political ideas. And
yeah.
so when those things come up, like those interviews that he's doing now, he did one with Candace. Like he's doing a lot of stuff right now out in the open.
Mhm.
I'm trying to listen to different alternative voices, I should say, because Nick is not mainstream whatsoever.
No,
He was
he's also
canceled since
young too, and that's the other thing though that I got to take in consideration is he is so young, and young people say smart out things.
right, just like any one of us. But I mean,
Yeah,
like he can be considered my peer. Like we're in the same generation. So imagine,
yeah.
that could be me. And I used to say crazy stuff too. But that's how we kind of all grow, especially in politics. So thank you for that honest opinion.
Yeah, I don't trust the guy either. But
No, I know. I asked Jimmy this a long time ago too. I was like, "Hey, Jimmy, how do you feel about this?"
but I did
Okay,
hear,
Jimmy, go ahead.
but I did listen. I did listen to one of his things where he's talking about Israel,
Yeah.
and I have to say I agree with him on the Israel thing. When he talked about AIPAC and all that, and our tax dollars going to fund that government. I don't think we should be doing that at all.
Right.
So I agree with him on that stance. But there's a lot of other stuff that he says. I'm like, dude, do you realize what you're saying? So
Yeah, he's super far right. Yeah, he's farther than me. But yeah, go ahead, Jimmy. Go ahead.
So, and that's the thing, even far right is a problem. I don't like the far right.
He's a modern
Yeah.
Howard Stern.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what I think he is. I don't believe he believes the shit that he says. I think that he does it just to get attention.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of things because that's just human nature. But you see, that's why I don't listen to the sound bites. I don't listen to what
Mhm.
other people say, trying to blackball him or cancel him. I try
don't
to
think
look.
they should do that. I don't think he should be
Right,
canceled. I don't
right. They
believe
should have
that.
never done that because that's what that's what draws more people to him because now they want to see, well, what is he saying? Because now he's canceled all over the place. So it backfires sometimes, but I get it.
Yeah, and there's a few other things in the news blast that we're going to dimension that will feed into the whole. They're trying to divide the MAGA movement. That's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to do right now. All right, so let's continue on. Trump administration says military members will get paid Friday despite the government shutdown. Okay, so this was said on last Thursday. So do we know if the government got paid on Friday? I don't know. We'll see. JetBlue passengers taken to hospital after emergency landing in Florida. And apparently, like right before we came on the show, I was scrolling through X, and there apparently was a huge explosion from an aircraft that was headed to Honolulu, Hawaii. I can't remember where it crashed at, but it's on X right now. And so, yeah, that's popped off in the last couple of hours.
And what happened to the JetBlue people?
I don't know.
Oh my. Okay.
You can look that up while I continue with a couple more things here. Maybe see what happened to him. King Charles to remove Prince Andrew's titles and eject him from the Royal Lodge.
Oh wow.
I think they know something's coming down the pipe. Yeah. Prince Andrew they're trying to distance himself. The king and them are trying to distance themselves from him, but that's not going to save their asses either. So that's a whole nother subject. Justice Department investigating Black Lives Matter Foundation, which it should. Big time.
Oh, you know where I go with this. You watch that goes straight to Soros.
Yep, absolutely. California Museum's collection looted. Over 1,000 items stole in early morning heist. What's up with all these museums being looted?
Yeah, is this a different one?
Yeah, this is a different one. The other one was the Louvre.
Right.
And this is somewhere in California.
Oh wow. You know what I think it is? I think these are new plots for true story movies in the next 5 years. They need new material to make a movie and say, based on a true story. And then it's another heist movie.
Jesus. You might be
That's
right.
what I think it is.
Let's see. Sean Diddy Combs transferred to federal prison in New Jersey.
Wow.
Hamas hands over 2 bodies after Israel resumes attacks on Gaza.
I thought there was a ceasefire.
I thought so too.
They never stopped fighting.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's an ongoing saga. There's going to be more. We talked about the different phases of that peace agreement. We did phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. We're still in phase 2. And if you remember what I said about that, phase 2 was probably where we were going to see a lot of problems.
Because they have to stick to their word. They have to stick to that agreement. And if they don't stick to that agreement, then it just all falls apart.
And if Israel is the one doing the attacking unprovoked, that's not going to look good on them, which that may be by design too, because Israel needs to be exposed.
Yeah.
Pentagon to start testing nuclear weapons on an equal basis with other countries.
Oh no, we gotta talk about this one. We gotta talk about a little bit. Okay, real quickly, because I heard that recently too, right? And then I started saying things like, well, why are we doing that? Why are other countries doing that? What about the environment? What about the animals? What about pollution? And then I was accused of being called a lefty for talking about, climate.
You want to radiate our planet?
Yeah, like, why are we testing, Jimmy?
Because of Russia. Because you know when Russia was showing off their missile that's capable of launching a nuke, and then it blew up in the bunker. We're basically telling Russia, yeah, so your stuff might not be running right, but ours is, and then this is a threat to China that we have the weapons, they're functioning. We're not like Russia where we let our stuff fall apart. We're fully functioning and we can kill you.
Right. But don't we have that reputation already? Why do we also need to continue to show that force of power, like Beverly says in the chat?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Russia has threatened to use nuclear weapons several times. Like the Russian media, when you watch them, almost every single thing they say, they talk for the last year about how if the U.S. does this and does that, then the escalation will be nuclear weapons. Like
But that
they
could be
said
just
that,
propaganda, like the same way our news lies all
yeah.
day long.
Well, that's what I'm saying is us doing this, showing off this nuclear power. It's like propaganda itself. We're showing how much power we actually have because I'm pretty sure that the nukes that we have now are several times more powerful
Right.
than things that we were saying that we have had in the past, which I don't agree with testing and doing that kind of stuff because obviously you blow them up in the atmosphere, it's still radiating into the ocean.
Exactly.
Like
That's what
there's
I'm saying.
there's no reason to do this, in my opinion.
Right. Exactly.
Unless you're gonna shoot that sucker in space, I do not think I do not want any nuclear weapon of any kind whatsoever being tested or blown up underground or anything. I mean, because you've seen like idiotic um, North Korea or when they
Mhm.
set their bomb off and then they irradiated China's water supply
Yep.
because they're
Mhm.
idiots.
Right. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, why do we continue to do that? And even if another country does make a threat,
Hmm.
I don't. I mean, that has been from the beginning of time. You know what I mean? Like, when do we actually take it seriously? For example, when does a threat like that actually get taken seriously, and we're not just playing games or propaganda games or anything like that? Is there a red line?
I'm surprised they're doing this, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
Um,
don't believe in it.
I'm a little torn on this only because I know that the deep state, and when I say that, I'm talking about the CCP, I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about the Russian deep state, I'm talking about North Korea. You know, if we go back to the 16-year plan, that's exactly what the deep state wanted to do. Is they wanted to start a nuclear war with North Korea setting it off. That was
Mm-hmm.
what they were going to use to basically wipe out humanity. We know that their goal was to get us all down to 500 million people on this earth. So we know that that was a tool that the deep state was using, and they really didn't care about mutually assured destruction.
Mm-hmm.
So is it possible that Trump is doing this or saying this, at least because I don't know where they're testing them at?
Hmm.
We don't know if those tests are actually taking place. Is this a show of force by Trump to say, hey, you little deep state players, we know what you're doing. We actually have the same thing and we could take you out. Could that be? And he mentioned this on his trip to China while he was meeting with Xi.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's interesting to me.
Do you think there
Okay.
could be
Well,
some? Sorry, Ruby.
no, well, I was just gonna quickly say is that I'm not disagreeing with that, but what I am saying is that we already have that reputation. It's like they already know the rules to the game. We already know what the game is. Why do they continue to test or to say threats or whatever? Like, to me, it just feels like a show. It feels like theater. It feels fake, and every single threat is just fake when we
Yeah,
know that it's not gonna happen. Like, it's
yeah.
very unlikely that's going to happen. But the fact that it's even a discussion, that it's even mentioned, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, why even do that?
And think about it too, when you mention nuclear weapons or nuclear testing or nuclear war, what's the first thing that your average person is going to feel? Fear, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
yeah, and then like another world war.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, and we all know that they use the fear to control us or try
Right,
to.
right.
So there's also talk out there that some believe that the nuclear weapons don't even exist.
I don't buy that
So
at all. That seems
yeah, I
retarded.
find that kind of hard
I
to believe.
I mean, my gosh, like if you go to Japan, like that areas are still radiate. The radiation is still there. Like you can
Yeah,
go take a Geiger and look at like not to mention there's like places that are so radioactive that you can't even go in there in Russia, then you'll die.
Y'all want to go out in left field on this one real quick?
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go down a rabbit hole. Let's see what the chat says about this. There's also folks out there that think that the aliens, the good ones, here we go. Wait, what time is it? 9:40 and we're already mentioning aliens.
yeah.
Okay.
Do you wanna save this?
No, I'm going to go into it since we're talking about this now. But
Okay.
that the aliens or the Galactic Federation, if you want to believe that stuff, that they will not let nuclear weapons go off because they don't want us destroying the planet because it has an adverse effect on their interest as well.
Do you know about the plant that went radioactive and the saucers were over it and they were shooting some kind of beam and they neutralized the radiation?
I've heard about that. Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't. So you're gonna have to email me that.
So yeah. Anyway, go ahead, Bob.
You guys are talking about aliens. Did you watch? Is it on there? The thing about JD Vance, what he just said about aliens?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe. Let's see. Now go ahead. Just go ahead.
Okay, because JD Vance was just asked a few days ago, and they were. Remember, I was telling you about Anna Paluna and the investigative team that she was doing, and they're releasing information, right? So somebody asked JD Vance about that, and they were talking about aliens, and JD Vance specifically said that he doesn't think they're aliens, that he thinks they're interdimensional beings, and he thinks that they're from our favorite book. So,
really?
Yeah.
Enoch.
So he said the Book of Enoch. Remember, I told you guys you got to watch out for that because they're telling you something there with the Book of Enoch. And he said that he thinks that it's interdimensional beings from the Bible in the Book of Enoch.
Wow. We're gonna have to read that book.
Oh, the Book of Enoch? Yeah, it's pretty wild. So
it's a pretty wild book.
Book one is pretty crazy.
Wow.
So let's ask the chat. How do y'all feel? Do y'all believe that there's interdimensional beings that are trying to, keep us from destroying ourselves? Do you think that exists? What do y'all think?
All right. So we'll give everybody a minute to type. But John Marciano already said November alien invasion. Remember that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we do know that's, as far as Project Bluebeam is concerned, there is the threat that they will try to use and stage an alien invasion. And if they do that, of course, that's going to be used to scare the people. But I listen to some other stuff that I don't talk about on here.
Right.
That's very, very interesting.
Okay, all right.
Do you have any opinion about the Three-Eye Atlas?
Well, it's kind of like they stopped talking about it here in the last week or so, in my opinion. I haven't seen much about it, but I don't think it's a comet. Comets don't do what this thing is said to be doing.
Yeah.
There's a part of me, there's that rabbit hole part of me that wants it to be a ship full of aliens that are, trying to shoot light down to the earth to wake people up. There's, I can't explain it too well, but anyway. Mm-hmm. But I don't mind that. I want that to happen.
What about you, Ruby? What do you think?
I did see that comet thingy, but I didn't really read about it or anything. You know how some people, okay, you know what? Let me just put it out there too. I've talked to my cousin about this, and for example, the other day, the sun was setting, right? And it was still super bright for me. But for her, and she lives in New York, it was pitch dark. And she goes, but we're in the same time zone. Why is it so damn bright over there? Like, she couldn't get over it, right? And then she was like, you know what? The sun is fake, yo. There's got to be fake. And I was like, don't start right now, because I don't got time to go another rabbit hole and talk about if the sun is real or not, right? But that got me thinking, because it kind of dives into that topic. And I'm like, you know what? And then the stupid daylight savings that now the sun be setting mad early and we had to move the clocks an hour or whatever. Like, what is that crap? Who made that a thing? Like, to me, that feels so retarded.
You don't know when that started?
Was it not recently, or am I tripping? Because I thought it was Joe Biden that made it into law.
No. It's been going on since like I think the 1930s. I think that's when it started. Was in the 1930s.
Okay.
And they were selling the fact that, or their way of selling it was, hey, it's going to help the farmers. It's going to give the farmers more daylight in the summer. That was what they were selling. But what it actually does, it throws your rhythm, your natural rhythm of your body off.
Right.
It keeps you out of sync. And so if we want to talk about being in, the grounded situation or being connected to source and all that, then this is designed to break that rhythm and connection.
Correct. I've heard that explanation to it. So that's how I feel about alien situation and comets and stars and that whole arena. I feel like it's either all fake and it's just noise to distract us. And if something does happen, I won't deny it. I'll be like, okay, well, maybe something did crash. Maybe something did hit the earth or something.
How would you react if they land and all of a sudden these creatures are coming out and introducing themselves? How are you?
Oh, hell no. No.
Dude, I'm ready for it. I'm serious.
Hell no.
I'm ready for it.
Nah. So what, you're going to be talking to them, Jimmy?
I am to the point. I've said it. Okay. So y'all know what my extracurricular activity is in the evening time. Those who have been following me for a while, they know what I do in the evening time. And I'll sit out here and I'm like, man, what? Just land in my yard. Just pop out, say hello. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. It'll freak me out a little bit, but I'm like, you know what? I don't think we're alone in this universe.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question about
Sure.
this? So I recently was watching an astrophysicist that was talking about this subject matter, and he pointed out something that I have heard, and I don't know if this is 100% correct. So take it with a grain of salt. But he said when you look at the amount of UFO sightings, like around the world in certain states, he said there is a correlation. For example, he said that Alaska and Hawaii, and he said, and then he specifically said California, and he said that those are the prime UFO seeing stuff. But he also said that there is a direct correlation that they also have the highest amount of occultists as well. And he said that if you look at countries that have high levels of UFO sightings, they usually correspond with occult belief systems. And I thought that was really interesting if it's true. And so take it with a grain of salt because I haven't seen the data. I've seen the United States data, but I haven't seen the world data. So I can't say that I know that's accurate or not. But the US data does correspond with that. And I was curious what you guys think of that. Do you think that's just a coincidence or do you think there's something to that?
I think there might be a little bit to it. And the reason why I say that is because, okay, I can't believe we're talking about this tonight, but hell, this is what we do.
I mean, the vice president just talked about it.
Yeah, that's true. So. That's true. So from what I understand and the stuff that I've looked at, that not all the aliens, so to speak, extraterrestrials, are supposed to be evil. You have your Dracos, you have your Greys, but then you have the ones that are benevolent, the Palladians, the Arcturans, the Lyrans. See, yeah, I know these things. And what's been said is they have been battling for millennia, and we're at the point right now where the Dracos and the Greys, they do not have the upper hand. Now, in line with what Bo said about occultism, these are the ones that are the dark forces. We've said we've been battling, good versus evil, dark versus light. So these, and you hear about, Hollywood, oh, he's a shapeshifter or he's a reptilian.
Mhm.
And so those actually go to the Hollywood side and, the places that Bo was saying. Does that make sense to anybody? I feel like
Yes.
okay. All right.
Yes, because remember when we did that episode a long time ago about that alien stuff, and Lily, Empath Lady, was talking about the Disclosure Project and the documentary and everything. I actually watched that documentary and it was very interesting. And then I did a little more digging on the main, the guy Steven something, and then I kind of just I kind of just it just fell for me because I felt like he was a grifter. He was just making money off of this, and
Right.
they were doing these meetings or something like, oh, you could talk to an alien. Let's do this ritual. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And like bring an object so you can leave it there, and then the alien picks it up, and it was just a mess for me.
Good, Bo.
Say that again?
Oh, sorry, Ruby. I was just asking: are they gifting to these things?
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why would you bring an object or something of yours to exchange or to give? It was very weird, and I got that vibe, like what you just described, Bo. So I wouldn't doubt it for a second that those things have ritualistic ties into that stuff that you said.
Real quick, Ruby, did you see Heidi Klum's Halloween costume?
Yes, and once again, people are saying that this is just a time for them to be who they really are, who they truly are. And
you have the picture so we can show the audience?
I don't even know who that is.
Heidi Klum. She was that big supermodel that was married to Seal.
Oh,
yeah, she was in the fashion stuff.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not really good with movie stars,
celebrities.
Yeah,
I don't really pay attention to them.
He was big in like the late '90s and early 2000s, and she hasn't. I don't think she's been that big since then. But yeah, Ruby, do you have the picture of her Halloween costume?
Yeah, let me see.
Since we're talking about this.
Well, I
yeah,
didn't realize this was going to go into this.
Hey, this is how we roll, dude.
This is great. I'm so excited for this right now.
I know. This always happens. All right. So, can you see this?
Not yet.
Oh, let me share the screen. Okay, there you go.
There you go.
That's a costume.
And she's known for this. Like, this is not the first year that she's done this. Let me show you a better picture.
There was a video.
I know, but my computer every single time I try to share
in snake costumes a lot.
Yeah, like
she's into the snake worship stuff.
Let me see.
So
I'm not too sure, but
so was that the real Heidi Klum without her meat suit?
Yeah, that's what people say, and I don't buy it. But
is this like one of those things where they talk about the reptilian thing?
Yeah,
like shift or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Now look at that face.
Let's see. Share your screen. There you go. Yeah, there you go.
That's a pretty impressive costume.
Yeah, so it looks like Medusa on the top here. Then she looks like a worm.
Are you
I
sure
don't
it's
know.
Medusa? Because I think it's actually Hillary.
Yeah.
It does look a little like Hillary.
Sorry.
Yeah, so Gigi says she's supposed to be Medusa. So you see, I don't take it too seriously, but I just keep an open mind, basically. You know what I'm saying? I just keep an open mind.
That's how I feel about the whole, and it's also, for those that still can't believe we're talking about this, but if you believe in the flat Earth thing, that these beings come from beyond the ice walls and from other lands.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Yeah, so we're not going to go down that road tonight.
Yeah.
But instead of coming from outer space, they're actually in our
Earth,
in our plane. Yeah.
Right. Okay, Jimmy. So what's next?
How can I go from reptilians and Dracos back to the news?
This is why we wait until the conspiracy section to talk about this kind of stuff, and we got to
It's
focus
all
on.
right. We may come back to see now to say New York City early vote count blows past 4,000 mark doesn't mean shit to me right now.
Oh, no. But we gotta talk about the New York mayor race.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's really interesting.
All right, so New York City early, and we might get back to the reptilian stuff later, folks, in the last hours or so. We'll see. New York City early vote count blows past 400,000 mark, and this was on Thursday. So, take the floor, talk about it, Rudy.
Yeah, so I'm gonna text my cousin real quick to see if she would like to join for 5 minutes because she's a New York resident and we've spoken about this election many months ago. And initially, she was all for Mamdani, and I had to put a stop to that ASAP. And I said, listen, let's talk about this. Let's do some research. And then now today, I asked her, can I interview you tonight? So let's see if she joins so that she can give her updated opinions about Mamdani. But I mean, he has been saying some crazy stuff that will never, ever happen in a million years, especially in New York City. And yet people are acting like if this is a good thing, like if the things that he's saying is like brand new, you know what I'm saying? And nothing is new under the sun. So when are we going to learn our lesson about socialists, about communists?
I don't know. I can't believe that he's even openly running on the Communist Party logo and has even a chance, which is insane. Because, I mean, to me, you would think that would be political suicide. Hey, communism, the one form of government that has killed more people than anything on the planet.
Exactly.
That's our motto. And not to mention, it's New York. I mean, there's more people on welfare in New York than just about anywhere else, population-wise.
Mm-hmm.
So we name one country in history where socialism has worked and thrived for its people. It doesn't exist.
Well, not so much. Not 100% socialism. Okay, so I'll
Correct.
just say this. Not 100% socialism. There are aspects of socialism that may work within a government of some sort. Like we're capitalists, but we do have some socialist ideas implemented, and that doesn't make it such a bad thing. But when you are like far 90%, 80% socialist, and you think that everything can be free, then no, it's just unrealistic. So I'll say that.
You know, if we look, and I didn't want to go into the food stamp thing, but if we look at it tied together, you have all these people that are receiving these, might as well say, free money. All right. And they're being shown, and they're the ones that say no kings, no kings, no kings. But guess what? You know, you're going to the government and pissed off because they're not providing for you. All right. So what is New York going to do when this Mamdani dude doesn't provide these free things? You know, they might get it for a little while and then it just goes away. If somebody can give you something, they can take it away from you.
Exactly, which is what the nation right now is realizing for the first time in their life, that when the government gives you the EBT or SNAP benefits and they take it away, now you're crying about it because you've been so dependent on the government to feed you, and now they're going to starve you.
Yeah. So now when they take their hand away, then what happens? You can't do nothing. You can't bite. You can't do nothing because you got no guns and you got no power, and now you've become a slave.
And then that moves into communism. Socialism is a stepping stone into communism, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so if these people want, and now there's another part of me that, you know, gotta remember, we're still in the Great Awakening. People are still waking up to different things. And remember too, sometimes you just can't tell the people, you have to show them. Yeah. So is it a possibility that Mamdani has been put in this position by the white hats to wake a lot of people up. Is he playing a role? Is he playing a part?
Nah, I don't. With this one, I gotta say no, because I truly believe that he believes everything he's saying. I believe that he does intend to do what he says, and he will destroy New York City.
And it'll look like just like London.
Yeah, exactly. So Jimmy, quick question from the chat.
Uh-oh.
JG says, Jimmy, what about Scandinavian countries that have managed to thrive as a socialist democracy?
See, that's where it goes into what Ruby said, is that they are not 100% socialist. Or what Ruby said, hold on. These countries over there, they are not 100% socialism. They have some form of capitalism in those countries. Plus two, they are smaller countries as well. So they can, if they have good trade deals, if they are bringing in money, then they can afford to, give free health care to their citizens. Here in America, with all this money we seen being wasted through USAID and Doge and all, there's no reason why we in America shouldn't have free health care. It's just the management of the money has not been there because of the greed and the corruption.
Right.
So these other small countries, and let's look, don't they have guns in, I could be wrong, somebody can look it up for me, fact check me. Do these Scandinavian countries have gun rights?
I don't think they do. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah, I don't know if they do or not. I'm not sure.
So Google
They do
says,
not.
okay, because Google for me says that they have gun rights, but the extent varies by country.
All right. So if it was a true socialist country, they'd have no gun rights.
It says gun rights are a privilege given to people.
Okay. So
heavily regulated by state and require specific licenses and validations.
All right.
Right.
So it's government controlled.
Yeah.
So there are no gun rights. So if only the government can decide if you can have a gun, then obviously you don't have gun rights.
Right.
Okay.
That's a red flag.
They have privileges there. They don't have the Constitution like we do. So they're the government's, which again, the government could take that away from them if they wanted to.
Right.
Not a problem. So I just don't believe that these Scandinavian countries, I don't believe they're 100% socialist. It does say democratic socialist, so where the majority rules. And so, yeah, that's kind of where I stand on that.
Okay. Now, what's next on your list?
Let's see. Well, we're going to be finished with Friday or Thursday. 183 million email passwords leaked. Yeah, don't know what that was about. Anyway, all right, so let's go into Friday.
My God, Jimmy!
What?
Speak of the devil.
What?
So Jesse said that Mandami won, and I had to Google it really quickly. Literally 11 minutes ago, he won. Oh my God.
This is why I'm leaning towards my thought on this. I think this is part of the show. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
No, wait, Jimmy. Wait. This is devastating.
You're going to piss off a lot of New Yorkers.
This is really devastating, Jimmy. Like, seriously. Remember when Trump said that he would use the Communist Act of 1954 or something like that if Mandami won?
Yeah. Yeah. And they did.
I really hope that Trump does what he says. Like, what are we waiting for?
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting. Let's see how it plays out.
Well, you know what, Jimmy? Now that he won, I think I can say this very confidently. I've been thinking about this for a really long time, and I don't know if this might sound really, nihilistic or like a black pill, but you know what? I was thinking if Mandami wins, They deserve it. New York City deserves what they voted for. And if it all goes down, then it is what it is. If it gets
But,
destroyed, oh well.
but here's the thing.
Did you hear about the bomb threats?
Which bomb
No.
threat?
So there's a bunch of places that were polling that were bomb threats were called in.
Oh yeah.
And they said that they don't know, but they were checking when I watched this, and they said they don't know if those were Republican areas or not.
Hmm.
But I just thought that was kind of interesting. I'm like, here
I
it
think
is.
it was in New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah. Because they have the New Jersey governor race going on too.
Well, last thought on that, Jimmy. You know what I was thinking? That maybe this was meant to happen so that everything gets destroyed so that we may rebuild it and make it better. Maybe that's what needs to happen in America. Maybe we do need to fail so that we can rebuild.
We need the deep state system that has been in place. We need that to fail.
Okay, that's a better way of putting it. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you. Because I'm really black-pilled right now, man. That really messed me up.
I mean, I'm going to throw this out there, but I got to try to say this in an appropriate manner. I mean, are we really surprised? I mean, New York was the home of one of the worst groups of pedos on the planet, and they had the docks and owned all kinds of stuff. And are we really that surprised that criminal enterprises are winning there?
Yeah, see, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah. So I mean, to me, I agree with you, Ruby. I think that New York is almost a lost cause.
Yeah, I think so. It just makes me sad because that was my hometown. That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So many memories.
Mhm.
And I would never go back. Like literally, I would never go back to New York City.
Yeah, I have no desire to visit that place whatsoever. I mean, when I was younger, I was like, that would be so cool to go to New York
Right,
City and see everything. And now I'm like, if I want to see human beings pooping on the side of the street, I can just go to downtown Phoenix.
I went.
Yeah.
I know New York had the reputation in the late mid 70s to the late 80s as being just a horrible place to go visit. Giuliani came in. There was another guy before Giuliani. I can't remember his name. But I visited New York City. I visited twice in the late 90s, and it was actually pretty cool. The city was cleaned up. There was no issues with, people being raped and murdered on the streets. It was actually a kind of cool place to visit. I enjoyed it. But would I go back there right now? Hell no. Would not go.
Jimmy. So did you confirm that Dick Cheney died?
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
Y'all know that whenever I answer something like that, there's more going on in my head, right?
Yeah, because I already know how you think about this kind of stuff. So when I saw that, I already knew what you were gonna say. So I said, I'm gonna have to ask you here. What happened, Jimmy? Is he really dead?
Oh no, yeah, he's gone. But it wasn't today. He wasn't here in the last couple of days.
Oh, Jimmy.
In my opinion. And it's funny because somebody just walked out on stage with a dog the other day. Who was it? Was it General Flynn or Cash Patel? Somebody walked on stage with a dog the other day. Dog comms. Whenever there's dogs shown in a post or in a video, it usually means that within the next week or so, somebody's going to die.
What?
Yeah, dog comms.
And where did they get that from?
It's been around for a while. So it's like when I saw dog comms, and I put it all over. That's probably one of the reasons why I got kicked off of Facebook. But I would put a post up on somebody, they have them with a picture of their dog, a celebrity with a picture of their dog, or something like that, a politician. And I was like, yep, there's dog comms. Watch, within the next couple of days or so, somebody's going to die. And every freaking time it happened.
Wow, I've never heard of that, Jimmy. So that's very interesting.
Yeah. So It was no surprise. It was no surprise to me that it's being announced that he's gone. I think he's been gone for a while.
All right. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Isn't it amazing how the news just leads into all these topics?
Yeah, because I be doing it on the fly, so whatever pops into my head, I'm like, and then it just comes to me.
All right, so let's go with Friday. FBI fooled a potential terrorist attack in Michigan planned for Halloween weekend. DHS ends automatic extension of employment authorization. Okay. Trump says not planning U.S. strikes on Venezuela. All right. And then I just saw this a second ago. Hold on. On the weekend, he follows it up and says, Trump says days are numbered for Venezuela's Maduro.
Uh-oh.
So, but here's the thing. Didn't the media say Trump was going to go into Iran?
Mhm.
Didn't they say he was going to go into Gaza?
Yep.
And didn't they say that we'd probably go into Ukraine?
Mm-hmm.
Now they're saying Trump's going to go into Venezuela.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all believe any of that still? When someone says that Trump's going to go into one of these countries, do y'all believe that?
No, but I mean, our carrier fleet is there, and it's in the Caribbean right now. It's our biggest and most powerful carrier.
That is true.
But I don't think it's for that, though. I think it's for the drugs, and they're letting them know that we ain't screwing around.
Yes. And here's another thing that you won't hear on the media. When they say the Trump administration took out a drug boat off the coast of Venezuela or blah, 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 blah. Do you know that every one of these strikes are happening in international waters?
Oh, okay.
That is important.
Yeah.
Because if it happened in Venezuela waters, then they can say, hey, Trump's, violating Venezuelans' airspace and he's bombing their country.
Right.
But every one of these are being done in international waters.
Yeah, that's. Sorry, Ruby.
Oh, just really quickly, Jimmy. Question from Empath Lady.
Okay.
If you have heard anything suspicious on the Louisville UPS plane explosion.
I think that's might have been the one I was. There's two of them because there was that one. Is that the same one? Is that the same one that was flying to Honolulu? Empath? Because I think there was two big things here today. Anyway,
right.
We'll come back to that.
They
do what?
Yep. And here's Gigi. Hi, Gigi.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Sorry.
Hey, Gigi.
I want to just give you an update on Venezuela.
Okay.
What's going on there? What I heard from a really good source that it has nothing to do with the cartel. The cartels in Colombia and Mexico. Venezuela has the highest oil industry in the world, and BlackRock has their eyes on Venezuela along with everybody else because we need petroleum for what? Makeup, lipstick, everything is used with petroleum. So that's why so don't believe about the cartel with Venezuela. They want their oil. And you can look at it yourself if you don't believe me.
No, everybody in the chat is agreeing with you, Gigi. Yeah. So thank you, everybody, for saying that in the chat. And to you, Jimmy, yes, that's the same crash. It was flying to Hawaii.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll look at that more tonight as news breaks on that, and we'll get some more information on that.
Maybe I just want to add about Mandami.
Yeah.
I listened to Kumo. I don't know how many shows he was on. He filed as an independent, and on the ballot they show that he was like at the end, so you really couldn't see his name. And they had Mandami on there twice, so there was a lot of cheating going on. But I'll tell you why they voted for him. There's a large population of migrants in New York City, and we know that. I mean, Boston we just got our governor's office just got raided today for cocaine with one of her top aides with Governor Haley here in Massachusetts. Well, anyway, he's throwing out the free card, and they were interviewing people on the street asking who are they voting for, and they said Mandami, and I didn't even know why. The journalists were saying, well, why are you voting for him? And they didn't have an answer, but we all know it's for free stuff. But I don't know if legally the landlords can not get rent from individuals. So I don't know how he can say that they're going to get free rent. Maybe he can do a controlled rent like they did here in Massachusetts, but I don't think the landlords are going to go with giving people free rent. Well, anyway, Governor Abbott made a statement today in DeSantis that they're bracing for the influx of people that they know is going to be coming to Texas and Florida if Mandami gets in.
Yeah.
So we know New York's going to implode. They really are. He wants to defund the police and have free bus rides. The crime is just going to skyrocket. People are going to be killing people left and right. They're already looting here in I don't know if you saw it on the news, Massachusetts. We had 2 women in Market Basket beating up the grocers because they get caught with steak and lobsters. And they're sorry, I have sinus infection. Well, we had 2 stores in Massachusetts where people were looting and they got caught, but they were beating up the grocery guys for catching them. And then they said they were going to get people out in the parking lot anyway. So I know you didn't want to talk about SNAP, but I just had to throw that in.
Oh, no, you're good. That's how like I said, we just talk.
My state's falling apart. Massachusetts is falling apart.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you,
How
Gigi.
much y'all want to make a bet that National Guard will be in New York within a couple of months?
Yeah.
$20. I'm in on that, Jimmy. $20. You know I'm good for it.
Are you saying no? They're not going to be?
No, I'm not betting against you. I'm betting
No,
with
I'm
you.
betting with you. I'm throwing in on that one too. I bet you it's going to be martial law pretty soon.
I'm with you on this one, guys. $20.
Now, with the martial law thing, I'm going to have to pull a clip that I heard the other day, because when people mention martial law, it has been ingrained in their heads through movies and everything that it's like this full government takeover thing, and it's going to be horrible. There's actually different degrees of martial law, and I'm gonna write that down to put something together. So
Please.
I'm gonna put that down, because degrees of martial law, because it's not what the movies have made it out to be. Can it be? Yeah, it could, but there's different degrees of it. So,
yeah, I don't even think they should even start that. Go ahead, Jesse.
I have a betting thing, and maybe the audience wants to bet, but I think we're going to start seeing the shutdown by Friday. Maybe Saturday, Sunday, there'll be a deal, and we'll be back to work by Monday and the SNAP benefits, because the Democrats wanted this victory, and they got a victory tonight. So they won New Jersey, they won New York, they won, they probably won California Proposition 50. So they had a massive night. So I think Chuck Schumer wanted this, that he wanted to keep it till today. And Senator Mark Mullins is talking about it. So I think you're going to start seeing everything go back to work. They wanted this victory tonight. They needed this.
Yeah, they said they were going to open up on Thursday.
You think so? Thursday? Wow.
Really?
That's what they were saying today, Thursday.
I was thinking Friday. Let's put some $20 on that, Gigi, because I got to break even from what I owe Jimmy.
Put your address on the
Wow.
I'm on 20 on Friday.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy, do you have anything else on your list?
Oh yeah, of course I do. I got 3 more pages.
Oh wow, and it's already almost 10 o'clock, because I forgot to mention that I wanted to kind of stay here until the end of the hour. So we still have the hour.
All right, so let's see here.
I'm sorry.
Let's see. I'm just going to rattle off a few. President Trump sits down with Norah O'Donnell on 60 Minutes. Interesting interview. I'd say go watch that. Guyana arrests incoming opposition leader following U.S. extradition request. Federal judge, here we go again with the judges.
Yeah.
Federal judge orders Trump administration to pay SNAP benefits out of contingency fund. Yeah.
Yep. I heard about that one. You think Trump is gonna do it, or the government's gonna open?
I saw a thing tonight that said Trump was going to use tariff money to fund SNAP.
Right. So you
I heard
think?
something like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, White House restricts press office access, citing sensitive material. Trump says he has asked the court to clarify SNAP ruling with funding set to lapse. Trump opens the door for sanctions on Nigeria. Here you go, Ruby. Trump opens the door for sanctions on Nigeria over persecution of Christians.
Oh yeah, so I did want to mention that because Steven Crowder on X, he said on November 3rd, so that was yesterday, he said the Pope has gone silent, so Christendom is now under the stewardship of Nicki Minaj. Godspeed.
Hey, Ruby, can I say something about that?
Yeah.
Jesus said the last shall be first and the first shall be last. Nicki Minaj and Donald Trump don't have a reason to be defending Christianity and Western civilization.
Correct.
But
I agree.
because the Pope is not doing it, because the Watchtower is not doing it, because
Exactly.
the Mormon Church is not, because the Methodists or the Baptists aren't doing it, we the people have to do it. Nicki Minaj is right. Donald Trump is right. We shouldn't have to be doing this.
Exactly. And I'm disappointed. I am really disappointed. I would have said that the Pope should have been the first one to even make a trip over there. You know what I'm saying? And absolutely nothing. So that is devastating. But when I saw Nikki's tweet, and it was really weird to me too. Like, why is it a celebrity such as herself talking about something like this? And then Trump, Trump said something first, then Nikki responded, and then she was invited. It's like, this is what world are we living in right now?
That's where I say, guys, we're watching a movie. A lot of this stuff is scripted. It's played out. When did you ever think Nicki Minaj and Donald Trump would be on the same page about something?
Yeah, never. I mean, it's a good thing.
It has to be that way.
Right.
Who joined the stage?
Oh yes, hi Dallas. Dallas joined us.
Dallas.
Hi, Dallas.
Well,
Dallas.
here. I heard about that election for New York right there, and I let me tell y'all, I'm so glad I don't live there.
Yeah, me too.
I'm glad I don't even live in Boston either.
No, you don't want to live here.
I live, and even though being a Pennsylvania native, it's that ain't even coastal. In fact, I was Boston and New York. I'd be moving to the Midwest so fast that I'd be in likely if I had to, I'd be in Missouri in an instant.
Oh, Dallas, thank you so much. So King Tony just joined the stage. Hey,
Well,
Tony.
hi there, Tony.
Hi, King Tony.
Hi everyone.
Hi,
Hey
good
Jimmy,
evening.
how you doing?
What's up, Tony? Ain't seen you in a long time, sweetie.
Long time no see, I know. Dealing with health issues, gotta take care of myself.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
So,
I just came on because I hear we're talking about the
Mondamni,
politics.
yes.
Yeah, Mamdani, yep.
So guess what?
What?
He won.
Didn't I tell you?
But this is why I wanted you on, because I wanted you to give me your thoughts about Mondani and to see if you thought he would win. So how do you feel about it now?
Holy cannoli. Damn.
Yep. Give it to us.
Wow.
Give us the
I guess we'll see what comes through. But like I said, he's a socialist. He's an actor. His mommy pulled the strings. I guess we'll see. But I don't have no hope or faith in this guy at all. He's saying what the people want to hear just to get the votes. I'm so disappointed. That's crazy. I mean, what can we do? You already
you-
know me. I don't believe
you
in
in New York?
politics, so
Are you in New York right now?
yeah.
How is it? Are people celebrating in the street or
Yeah,
what do you
what's the
see?
mood like?
There was a lot of traffic earlier, like a lot of traffic everywhere because I think of the voting. It was weird. But so far I don't hear no one. Maybe tomorrow.
Hey, go to
Yeah.
sleep early because you gotta get up and do your Muslim prayers tomorrow.
How you doing? That's why I told Ruby. It's like there's a lot of Muslims. If you think he ain't gonna win,
Put
he
on
But
your
gonna
that's
win.
burqa.
not a problem in itself, right? We talk about this all the time.
You know,
100%.
I heard a lot of New York girls are gonna get more dates wearing a burqa. And you don't have to see their face.
Oh my God, I missed you. It's been so long.
I know, right?
Wow.
You know, I like the fact that she said that he is an actor.
He's 100% a Bollywood actor. Come on, guys.
Yeah. And see, that's why I tend to give credit to the whole he's been put in place to wake up people.
100%. He's a puppet.
Yeah.
A Democratic puppet.
So he's
Same
like Zelensky.
story.
He's a
Same
male
as
version of Kamala Harris because he's always laughing. And
100%. 100%. 100%.
Him and Kamala ought to get together.
Yeah.
Who's that? Gigi? Hi, Gigi. Hi,
How are you?
how you doing? Good to hear your
Good, honey.
voice.
Nice to see you. Listen,
Nice to see you.
you know what they want to do in Massachusetts? They want
What?
the ICE agents to wear name tags.
Nice.
As if that's
Yeah.
going to change that from hiding any faces.
I think New York City is gonna go downhill, and Tony, I said it earlier. I said, you know what? Maybe it needs to go downhill. Maybe we need to fail so that we can rebuild better, 10 times better.
Well, Boston will be right behind them.
Well, watch what happens when Trump refuses to give federal money to New York City. Watch what happens.
Exactly.
Watch out when that happens. It's going to happen.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. So Tony just glitched out for a minute. Hopefully she comes back. But go ahead, Jimmy.
All right. So kind of on lines of this, here we go again. Another federal judge rules Trump can't require citizenship proof on the federal voting form.
What?
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that sounds
didn't
dumb.
That's a
have
violation of the
either.
Constitution.
What are we learning again about these federal judges, folks?
They're corrupt.
They're corrupt. They're being paid off. 100%.
I mean, every time we do a news blast, there's something in here about a federal judge trying to stop Trump from doing something.
Yeah.
And when have they succeeded? They haven't, because every time it goes to court or whatever, Trump wins. So they're just showing.
Yeah, but he's trying. Isn't he gonna try to? Oh, even with like the whole. Did you hear about the whole food stamps thing going on? Did y'all talk about that already?
Yeah, we mentioned it, but like Jesse predicted, or Gail said they might turn it back on. They might open the government on Thursday because they were just waiting for this election to happen. And Mandami won, a couple of other people won, so it seems like they might open it up.
You know what would be interesting? You know what would be interesting? And I don't know if this will happen, but it would be interesting. What if the Democrats said, hey, yeah, let's reopen the government, but then the Republicans say, nah, let's keep it closed until 60 days.
Wow.
For the full 60 days?
Yeah, because after the 61st day, then all those programs and stuff, they go away. They can't come back very easily.
You have a point, Jimmy.
Oh, I
You
wouldn't
have
be
a point.
surprised if Trump makes it hard as hell. Because it's
Yes.
almost like payback. Like, all right, you wanted to do what you want to do, make it difficult. Now we're gonna prolong this.
Well, yeah, I mean, he built so much stuff there, and they just like kind of spit in his face.
Oh,
That
what's
would be-
that?
I swear, if that happens, I will jump on here next week and be like, y'all, I called that crap.
Go ahead, Jesse.
I'm sorry. If they do that, you know what's going to happen? It's already happening here in Massachusetts. People are going in and doubling up on their groceries. And if
Wow.
they keep it closed with the SNAP, there's going to be hardly any food left. if it's going to happen, you say another 30, 60 days. The food price is going to skyrocket because of the theft. The theft is already going on, and not just here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was all over the news yesterday. Women were
Oh, wow.
beaten guys because they got caught. And
Wow.
Go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, you know what? It could go either way. But what Jimmy says, I think it has a lot of weight because the fight was always on the states using the money to give illegal aliens welfare benefits, and it wasn't so much on SNAP. But the last comments Trump has done on the gaggles on the airplane, he has talked about SNAP specifically the last couple of days. So what Jimmy says could be true. You know, if you listen to him the last couple of days, he specifically talked about SNAP.
Well, they gave him half their money on SNAP. But then I heard today that Trump reneged that. But I'm going to look that up again to see if that's true. But still, do you know how many people are on SNAP?
Too many.
About 45 million.
4.2 million. And it's
I thought it was 45.
No, it's 4.2. It's costing
$4.2
$1 billion a month.
Higher. 42.
Wow, that's a lot of people still.
Yeah, 42 million.
And if you look at the money that was spent on SNAP, it doubled, almost tripled during the Biden residency.
Of course it did.
Oh, really?
Yes. Because it's mostly
they want. Yeah.
Hey,
and
Jimmy.
People are getting $3,000 a month. One woman said she gets $3,000 a month for her and her.
Yeah, but there's people that are actually depending on this as an income. Like that's meant to support you with a job, not just like you living off the government. Like
$3,000
in certain situations, I can understand where you don't have a job and you're. But the point is, you're supposed to be making your way towards getting a job. You should not be.
That's what welfare was. All right. Ruby, see if you can find Clinton's 1996 podcast about food stamps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah. Let's write that down. We're going to put a pin on that because we do have to move forward. And then maybe next Tuesday we can dive into it.
I just want to add to that. It was made for a second chance. It wasn't made for a way of life. I feel bad for the ones that are suffering are our vets and the disabled. I don't care about the migrants and immigrants. I don't care about them because they've been ripping us off in all different ways. But it wasn't meant for a long time fix. It was a temporary.
Well, it's the immigrants too. Like I'm not gonna lie. I saw a receipt from an immigrant. And it was like $5,000 of food stamps on it. Wow. And I was like, what the hell? I'm over here working like 2 jobs and on food stamps, and I don't even get half. I don't even get half of that.
Well, see, that's where all the problem lies.
That's crazy.
Exactly. We talk about this all the time.
I'm working 2 jobs on food stamps, and I'm still struggling.
Hey,
you see what I'm saying?
And if you want to talk about grocery prices, this is the reason why our grocery prices are so high too. Because of the corruption with the SNAP program.
So you think that if they get rid of the food stamps, because Trump did say he was going to pay off what food stamps would have paid off, he would have paid that off with the
tariff money.
Yeah. So do you think that would affect the inflation and all that and the pricing?
And the prices would go down if that was abolished.
Yep, it would.
Interesting.
Yeah, it would regulate everything. Go ahead, Jesse.
I just wanted to mention, me and Gilbert did a video earlier in the week about this, and we were talking with AI. I think we were doing some grok numbers on the population of Jehovah's Witnesses and all religions, and the numbers don't lie. Mathematic numbers don't lie. And we just ran some numbers, and according to grok, they said that there was 1.4 million Jehovah's Witness publishers in the United States right now.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so what we came up talking about, conservatively speaking, that's about 200,000 Jehovah's Witnesses are probably on the food stamp. And the number, the same with the Catholic Church and the Baptist Church. But I think what has happened is the churches have abdicated their responsibility.
Correct.
This is what they were made for, to help out people in need during time.
True. That's true.
And I think a lot of it has to do with the separation of church and state. The church should be doing this, not so much the state.
Right. The churches do the food drives and the donations every Sunday or Saturday. That's what the church
Pantries.
is supposed to do. And they're supposed to give it to you for free. And the
That's
government
right.
shouldn't be giving you nothing.
You know,
That's true.
certain religious groups are being brought into court because of that exact thing that you're talking about, and their statuses are being removed from certain governments because they're supposed to do that, but they don't do that. And then people are going, wait a minute, you have this status for that reason, and you don't do any of those things that you say that you're doing.
Hey, and on Grok
Oh,
AI,
interesting. Hi,
Quinn,
Bo.
That's
Hey,
so on
interesting,
Grok
Bo.
AI, when we
been a long
do the
time.
numbers, you know what
Yeah.
it told us? Grok said the Jehovah's Witnesses are a charitable organization that don't even run a soup kitchen.
They don't. They don't do nothing of that sort.
They'll do a damn charity, not one. They don't do nothing.
No, they don't do nothing to help the community. Nothing.
Correct.
No.
Correct.
Absolutely
If anything, I remember the amounts, the loads of clothes and food that they would give. They would ask people to bring food and whatever clothes you had, and they would ship it straight to Bethel. It wouldn't
Really?
even go to the community. It goes to Bethel.
Mhm.
Because Bethel has volunteers that are doing the publishing and doing all the hard work behind the scenes. Dike.
Well, I mean, they're hurting. I mean, they only got $15 billion.
All right, guys. So I have to start wrapping it up. So I'm gonna let Jimmy have the floor for the next 5 minutes.
All right, guys, I'm gonna head out now. It was
Yeah,
nice
nice
chatting.
meeting you.
Well, nice having you on, Donnie, and
Stay
Bye.
safe,
take care
New York.
now.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Stay safe. Bye, King.
Okay, go ahead, Jimmy. You got it.
I was just looking through here, and I'm gonna skip some of these because I'll just pick out some of the highlights. North Carolina lawmaker accused of sex crimes resigned from state house. I did see that story this past week. More stuff found on his phone, things like that. Let's see. St. Louis news anchor arrested, accused in mother's deadly stabbing in Wichita. Trump tariffs head to the Supreme Court. Israel confirms Hamas returned bodies of 3 soldiers held hostage. Trump says he is committed to ongoing ICE raids. They haven't gone far enough. Judge, again, blocks Trump from deploying National Guard troops to Portland. That's going to fail. Where'd everybody go? Everybody's gone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna remove everybody and put them backstage. Thank you guys for joining because I just want to let you have the floor, and then I'm gonna wrap it up.
Okay. Mexico mayor killed during Day of the Dead festival. Did you see that video, Ruby? Cartels
No, I didn't.
cartels took out that Mexican mayor.
I think I did see that. Yes.
Yeah. U.S. carries out lethal strike against alleged drug carriers in the Caribbean. 10 injured in stabbing attack on train near Cambridge in England. Seems like somebody with a gun could probably have stopped that.
That's crazy.
And explosion at Harvard Medical School appears to have been intentional. So that's just to highlight a few of the ones we had left over. So a lot of stuff going on. That's for daggone sure.
Oh, Alpha just joined, so I'll let him say hi. But Alpha, we're gonna end in about 5 minutes. So unmute yourself and say hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up? I'm gonna be real quick. If y'all don't know, the Democrat Party war just started tonight. It is official. It is official. The Mandami won in New York. It is official. And another closet commie won in Virginia. That one in Virginia, she's won too. So right now, what y'all need to do is everybody who comes up and they say they're a Democrat, get them on the record and ask them, are you a socialist or not? Just like that.
Okay.
And don't let them get off the hook, because that's what's going on now. It's now out in the open. It's clear. It's clear as day. Everybody got to make a decision.
Yeah, the socialist wing of the Democratic Party has taken over the Democratic Party.
Well, the goal is there that you're somewhat right. The war has started tonight. because now the socialist wing is going to say, look, we won. Do it our way.
Yep.
And it's very similar to what the Tea Party did to the Republican Party. That's what the Tea Party did in 2014. They took over the Republican Party. See? That's why you don't have the rhinos anymore. That would be your Liz Cheney. You know, her daddy just died, that war criminal.
Yep.
So look that up. But I just wanted to tell y'all that I don't want to hold y'all up right now. Get everybody from this day forward until 2028. Are you a socialist? Just have them answer that yes or no. There's no gray area now. You either got to accept it or you don't. It's just that simple. They made it plain, clear, no doubts about it now. Okay?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
All right, y'all. Good show. I got to roll, y'all. Peace out.
All right. Thank you so much for joining. Okay, Jimmy. Any last thoughts or last?
I do have one thing that I wanted to make sure everybody just be aware of, something to look out for. I can't remember if I talked about it last week, but you know, we had the No Kings protest and there was really no huge riots. Did I talk about this last week?
Yes, we did.
Okay. All right. Saying that there could be a possibility that they'll have one in the spring and they'll start it up and then there will be riots and then they'll try to blame it on MAGA. So yeah, I think I did talk. Okay. I did talk about that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay. I'll just thank you for letting me know that. I couldn't remember if I did or not.
And you know, people love this show so much that they are begging me or asking me, can Jimmy keep the show on longer? And I so wish that Jimmy can be here with you guys. But Jimmy doesn't have access to the mainframe.
I don't have control. I don't have control of it.
I know. But we did talk about this before we started, and Jimmy also wanted to kind of wrap it up by the end of the hour because he, you know, like he said earlier, his new job and, you know, has more responsibilities. So I'm trying to keep it till 10:45, maybe the latest.
Yeah, because I got a feeling there's going to be a lot more stuff that's going to pop off. And our shows are going to get it back to the 2.5 hour mark, I'm sure, 3 hour mark. I was telling Chris tonight we haven't been doing 4 hour shows, which we could do easily. We could do them easily. But with Ruby's job, she's got to get up early.
Yeah, this is killing me.
Maybe now that the time changed and everything, maybe we could start at 8 and go to 11.
That's what I was gonna just say. Yes, if we can do 8, and then that'll give us extra time to kind of hang out with everybody.
Yeah, maybe we can do that when I get back from the vacation stuff. We'll talk about that. Maybe start at 8 o'clock and then go to 11. Bo, you got any last words for this evening?
Yep. Any last words?
There was one thing I wanted to say. So, with the political assassination of Charlie, there's a name that I want you guys to pay attention to, and it's Oda A. Busher III, Black Sea Area Support Team. And I won't tell you why, but it will shock you.
Whoa. Can you repeat that again?
Oda A. Busher III.
Oda A. Busher III.
Yep.
All right, I'll look that up. Because that name does not ring a bell.
Oh, it's not going to be a name you're going to forget once you realize what I just told you.
Okay.
Ooh, that sounds awesome.
So that's homework. So, like I said, I won't be here next week, guys. I may pop in. We'll see how it's going. I will miss you guys, and I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be taking notes and everything. But you know, when you're watching a television show during the year, they have their premieres in September, October. Then when the holidays hit, they kind of disappear for a couple of weeks. And then they come back. So kind of look at it that way. Ruby will be here, and Bo will probably be here to help her out.
I'll be here. Don't worry, Ruby. I got your back.
Okay.
So I can send Bo. I can send him News Blast if he wants me to. So
if you want to send me what you get, and then I can read it. I'm down.
All right, cool.
All right. Well, thank you to Gigi, to Dallas, Tony, Jesse, Bo, and Jimmy and Alpha for joining. Wow, we had a lot of people join tonight.
Yeah.
I'm so happy when we have so much like interaction and people joining us. I love it. I love having fun with you guys too. But I am starving. I'm gonna get something to eat now, and then I gotta go to bed and wake up early. So thank you so much, Jimmy.
Not a problem. We'll see y'all a little later on. Y'all have fun and keep your heads on a swivel.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody in the chat. Thank you so much.
Bye.
See you next Tuesday at 9.
Trump, yeah, okay, bury him a legend, yeah, Trump, hey, okay, America's biggest blessing, free speech advocate, packing, never lacking it, I just bought another gun and ain't nobody taking it, gang, okay, the White House going crazy now, MAGA season, tell them liberals they can't break us down, it's up, they know we run it, best believe it now, about to paint the city red, please don't burn it down.